Autonomous cars, electric cars, and all sorts of advanced automobile technologies is what you would hear of all over the motoring world. From noisy petrol engines, the world seems geared up to move forward to silent electric motors. While the move towards electric mobility is much desired in order to decrease the pollution levels, many car enthusiasts will often tell you that this electric hybrid wizardry will steal the joy of a roaring V8 engine. But will it?
BMW i8. There's nothing like this that you see on Indian roads. It's literally ahead of its time. It's come from the future. Why? Well, look at its powertrain. It's assisted with an electric battery. It has an efficient petrol motor. It's a sports car, but it gives a reasonably acceptable mileage. And along with that, it doesn't come with front open grills. And well, we can't even get started in terms of how it looks. It's got a lot of technology inside. It's literally a tech fest that's going on inside those scissor doors. And yes, it's got those scissor doors. Well, there's no point waiting anymore. Let's get inside and find out what the BMW i8 offers.
What BMW i8 offers is not limited to any single aspect about it. But let's begin with the most striking aspect, its electric hybrid powertrain. To the back of the car is a twin-turbo inline 3-cylinder 1.5-litre petrol engine that produces a staggering 231 brake horsepower. Yes, that is correct, 231 bhp from a 1.5-litre 3-cylinder engine. But this is just the start. Along with the rear-mounted engine is an electric motor to the front that produces 131 brake horsepower and is responsible for i8's Idrive mode or fully electric driving. On standalone terms, it may not seem much, but combined, the BMW i8's powertrain produces over 360 brake horsepower at its peak at 570 Nm of torque, which is plenty. Agreed, this may not be a supercar rivaling power figures, but the i8 is not about showing sheer pace. It is about showing admirable pace while being less polluting. You get all-electric range of 60 km, and with the electric motor's acceleration, you also get instant torque that gives incredible acceleration. 0 to 100 comes up in just a bit more than 4 seconds, which is commendable. When you are in a hush, the BMW i8 can accelerate almost instantly as you step on the pedal. But it can also travel sedately and in absolute silence when you are feeling calm. The drivetrain technology is naturally the BMW i8's highlight. But as a person seeing it from the outside, the powertrain would not be the first thing that you would notice.
The thing about this car is that the design is so outlandish. It sort of looks like a cross between, a Batmobile and the Millennium Falcon. And that is what draws all the eyeballs. It's unlike anything that's there in the Indian market on the Indian roads. When you're driving the i8, the one fear that you live in permanently is of the speed breakers. Thanks to the ridiculously low ground clearance, not ridiculously, but thanks to the extremely low ground clearance, you will scrap a few speed breakers irrespective of how safe you are in driving. So you would come across cars which can do a lot of things better than the i8, but what the i8 does is give you a drive to remember. You get a steering wheel which is very pliant, which gives you excellent feedback, and the low flung ride height and everything, the aerodynamics, the way the car lunges forward when you switch it in sport mode, and even in Eco Pro mode. Eco Pro, it's supposed to be the most efficient, the least amount of power being consumed. I have switched the car in sport mode and yeah, and that's what you get with this car. Just gonna switch it back to Eco Pro just to remain sane. So yeah, that's what the drive is all about of the BMW i8. It's all about technology and it's all about the experience. It's all about that surge that the electrically assisted powertrain gives you. It's all about the low flung aerodynamics. It's all about the ride quality. the handling quality, in fact. And all of that is what makes this car so special. All of that is what makes this car a one of a kind in the Indian market.
What you also would not come across in too many other cars in the country is the way it looks. Part of the reason why BMW i8 draws such intense attention on the road is because of how it looks. While the front looks typically BMW with a butterfly grille, that is not really a grille. The low ground clearance is immediately visible along with the short stance of the car. At 117mm, and like we have said already, the i8 will scrape bumpers and turn heads in equal portions no matter where you go. The aerodynamics are aided by the flowing body panels, and the gaps and arrangements further make it look uber futuristic. And if that is not enough, you also have scissor doors.
Now, as a kid, I used to think about a sports car in a flashy red color and loads of power that would overtake every other car on the road. The third thing that I used to think of in sports cars were these doors. Scissor doors or gullwing doors, or whichever you call it, doors which didn't open like normal doors, basically. Doors which would open and state immediately that you're in something special. And that's what the BMW i8's doors do. Inside you get this very swankily finished dash, which looks very characteristically BMW but is good. That's a nice thing to say because you have this very smoothly finished leather with these blue stitches on the up, and you get this sort of 3-layer dash with hints of grey with grey accents and blue trims and slight amounts of chrome to accentuate the overall thing. The quality is top notch, the leather finish is brilliant, and even the plastics, the soft touch plastics are really good. The entire car feels like something special. From the driver oriented dash, everything, as you can see, is wrapped around the driver, and that's what it's supposed to be. The BMW i8 is a driver's car, and BMW makes it amply clear what type of intentions they have. In terms of the equipment, well, you get seat heaters, you get a dual zone air conditioner, and storage space not that practical, but you do get a few cubby holes here and there and a cup holder over here. The funniest bit though are the rear seats. Not exactly seats as such, but yes, it's for kids, of course. We did try to fit in 4 full-sized adults in this car yesterday, 2 people at the back. They did manage to squeeze in, but well, it was very uncomfortable, and you'd know why when you see the space here. And apart from that, the overall car has this sense of feeling special, and it has its own way of making you feel grand.
Functionally, however, the BMW i8 is not the easiest car to climb into. Even for the driver's seat, it is a bit of a struggle to lower yourself into the bucket seat. But after a point, you simply get used to the process. The real struggle, however, is the back seat. More like buckets for your kids, and yes, they do come with ISOFIX child seat brackets. It is not meant for adults. There is no recline, and you are in a completely confined space because of the engine at the back. But even though it wasn't made keeping adult passengers in mind, it is still quite funny to see someone attempt to climb into the back seat and simultaneously clamber out. Nevertheless, you still get the BMW Idrive infotainment system here, which gets special animations for the i8. Functionally, you get wireless audio streaming from phone and 1 USB and aux port. You also get wireless charging in the second storage panel in the central column. The infotainment system is not touchscreen but gets a fancier navigation system that swiftly adjusts between day and night modes, map views, and point of interest. You also get extra brackets for the Idrive mode, a driving efficiency monitor alongside the standard engine oil and tire pressure gauge, and a high-resolution monochrome head-up display in front of the driver. The instrument cluster is fully digital and changes the digital dial's graphics and color themes as you alter drive modes. This virtual cockpit-like screen is again a high-resolution one and looks quite striking, particularly once you fire up the car in darkness. The ambient lighting has 3 colors: blue, orange, and white. And while we could not show it very well during the day, we can vouch for how gorgeous the cabin looks at night. Overall interior quality is also quite good. with smooth leather and contrast stitching along with the soft touch plastic. You also get seat heaters and both the front seats are electronically adjustable, nothing less than what we expected. The BMW i8 also retains the automatic headlamps and rain sensing wipers and the touch sensitive shortcut buttons that are ever so useful. The entire dash is angled at the driver, reinstating its focus as a driver-oriented car. All the technology, the electric drive, the heads-up display, the efficient engine, and everything is meant for you, the driver, the owner. And that is what the BMW i8 does so very well.
The BMW i8 is not the car that you drive to your office every day. In fact, it's not the car that you'd even drive every day. But as and when you do drive it, you'd be left with a lifetime of memories. Starting from how it looks to the experience of how it drives and what it has inside, this is a mesmerizing overall package. It's also an ode to the future. In fact, this is how a lot of our future cars are going to look like. Hybrid with a significant amount of electric assist and a lot of electric only drive range, along with a host of technology inside that includes an augmented head-up display and multi-way adjusting seat, heated seats, and a lot of electric adjustment on the drive, massively powerful drivetrains. In fact, this has a 1.5 liter engine and it produces upward of 300 brake horsepower assisted by the electric motor up front. That is staggering. What's also staggering is the overall experience, the attention that you get on the road, the kind of reactions that it draws from the public, and also the kind of unhappiness that it shows you when it scraps the speed breakers. It almost breaks your heart, to be honest. With that, it's time to end. We've had a lot of fun with the BMW i8. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and an experience. And of course, this is something that you would relish when you drive it. Thank you and goodbye.